SwitchGrocery Show. I'm Neha. I'm the co founder behind SwitchGrocery. Every week, we go live once a week. I taste something, I try something, I talk, and that is the show this today. It is actually a talking show with me, and we're trying a different time. We're actually trying an earlier time this time. It was supposed to be 8:15 p.m. Eastern and 5:15 p.m. Pacific. So we were trying to move an hour earlier, but I have a little one at home, and which means things happen. Business. Sorry, I'm just putting in the title. We are not cheap on Instagram. So things happen, and so it is a little bit later than I would like. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting. Hi, Karen. How are you? Hi, Sonia. I see some awesome people joining today. Yeah, and we're trying an hour earlier, but we're also, a little bit late. So today is a little bit of flex. And if you're watching this on replay, thank you. Thank you for watching. We're What is Switch Grocery? I think you all know. But if you're watching this and you don't know Switch, we are an online grocery store and we bring cool, delicious, high quality products, low carb, grain free, specific diet friendly, and we bring them before traditional grocery stores. That is what we do. Um, and every week, as I said, we go live. Today's show is actually a business update. I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be me giving an update. We usually start with a win and a challenge of the week. So we're going to start with my win and challenge, and you can drop yours in the chat. And then we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're going to talk about. But we're talking about pricing, and acknowledging that we are not a cheap grocery store. Why is that? So we're talking about pricing. And so if you are interested in the grocery industry and the food industry, I think you'll really like this show. We're also talking about product updates. So there are new things that are coming on Switch. We're going to talk about the new Kaizen products launching this week. We're going to talk about Mr. Tortilla. We're going to talk about some of the collections we're doing in the show next week. We're going to end off with our shipping policy and something that we're exploring that's brand new, which is My Switch. I'm really excited to tell you about that. And then we're going to talk about the evolution of this weekly show, what it is, how it's going, what we want to do, the timing of the show. It's not perfect, but we'll try to definitely figure that out. And then I'd love to tell you a little bit about some success we've had with grants and pitches, and then take any other questions. So I try to do business updates once a month, but because we've been cooking so much and interviewing so much, we have not done a business update for Switch since your 2023 goal setting show, which was, I think, the last day in December, the last Tuesday of December, where we talked and set our goals for our company. So I've sent that link. You can find that link if you want to go back and read that. And so this is amazing because we're doing a business update 1 quarter in. So 3 months in to the new year. Is it 3 months in? 3 months into the new year. Hi, Sheena Ray. How are you? How is your move? Hi, Jen. It's so good to see you. Hello, Andrew. And yeah, I'm so excited about the show. So let's get right into it. We start with a win and challenge of the week and how I'm doing personally. I was actually in Europe last week, so that's why you did not see my face too much on social media. I thought I could do it, but with the time difference, I was like, it was not really possible because I was 6 hours ahead. So in the evenings, I would have been passed out by then. It was a 1 week trip, fairly short, but I am jet lagged, which means right now it is 9 p.m. So it's 3 a.m. there. I'm a little tired, but I came back the last 2 days, and I actually spent with one of my best friends, one of my childhood best friends, and I had literally the best time. So tell me how you're doing personally. This is kind of the time where we share like a win and a challenge. So my win is definitely, I actually journaled a little bit about my wins, but my win definitely is just some realizations about slowing down in life, slowing down a little bit more, resting a little bit more, enjoying myself a little bit more. And that really came from taking this trip to Europe and having some time to myself. Just also being like, oh, I would really like to take some time to myself. I'm in a busy stage of life right now with the little one. So, and he's young. So, you know what? I know it's temporary, but I need to make sure that I can take it slow, replenish my energy, and then get back to it. So I really want to kind of slow down life a little bit as much as I can. I don't know what that means. It might mean me taking more walks. It might mean me trying to just do create space for myself in the middle of all this busyness. When you have a business, you can work 24 hours a day, because there's always more to do. There's not enough resources. But you know what? But then when you do that, you kind of burn yourself out, right? And then you stop enjoying what you do to begin with. So that's sort of my big reflection of doing that. And I also want to be really, really, really honest about this. 3 weeks ago, I had a very rough time. Really rough time. I haven't had that kind of time since postpartum, really, really postpartum. And it was very scary. It probably was definitely just that. Um, it really, really was. I think that everyone is feeling this, right? Like, I think so that everyone's feeling this. But definitely the financial pressure that's on right now. Definitely, I really felt that I had at that point 3 weeks ago very much too much to do. And I just didn't feel like I didn't feel like I could go into all areas of my life, and it was not physically possible for me to do the things that I needed to do, especially without resources. We've been trying to find some childcare for like Mason goes to daycare 3 to 5 days a week, but we've been trying to find some help, like a babysitter or something like that, and it's really been impossible to find with the pandemic. So that's been hard. And I want to spend time with him, of course. And so there's always this push and pull, and making sure that I really chose this life of having running a grocery store, which is intense. And making sure that sometimes it does feel too much, and that's okay. And so I had a lot of support. I really slowed down. This was 3 weeks ago, and the trip really helped me as well. So yeah, that is my win of the week is that I'm not feeling that way anymore. I am getting a little bit more help. I'm being very much more honest with myself, and not really giving into the go, 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 got to get it all done, because we all know that the list keeps going. So just trying to slow it down. I'm not perfect at this, but yeah, I'm being like really, really honest here. And I think one of the big things is I love Switch Grocery so much. I love this company. I love what we've built. I really love our customers. I love our suppliers. And so I just need to make sure that I can keep that love and work hard to keep that love alive, and keep that belief that I can do this without without pulling lots of late nights. And it's okay if I don't get back to somebody, and all of the things, right? Just being more kind to myself and all of those things. Yeah, so I just want to look at some comments. Shalini, so amazing that you were able to have a few moments to yourself. Neha, thank you, Shalini. P.S. Your hair is looking great tonight. Yeah, I just washed it. It always looks good on day one. And Rooted and Rise, Jen, you should come hang out with me. That would help you slow down. Serious. No, I'm so serious. So, Rooted and Rise Instagram runs a yoga studio. I think you run online yoga classes, has been doing facials. Oh my gosh, so much. And I really have been wanting to go and visit her and soak in some of that love. So I will be coming to do that. I think the summer is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Lori Olson is here. She says, "Good evening, everyone." Hi, Lori. And Jess is here. Jess, I need to get back to you in the Zoom call. I was out of town last week. Taking time to yourself is so important. You're so right. And Karen says the weather has been nice the last few days, so I've been out in the sun, which makes me feel better. And that's a really good point. I don't know if you read the stat, but Ontario had the darkest winter. Crazy, the darkest winter in 80 years. So maybe that had something to do with it. That my 3 weeks ago, maybe I was just really tired of the dark winter. So yeah, I really think it's looking better and feeling brighter. Moving on to our second, I'm so excited about the show. You guys know that I'm like a big business nerd, if that's what we could call it. I'm actually trained to be an accountant, so I'm a CPA, CA, and which makes me overall a higher business nerd. So this show is very exciting to me. And one of the things I really wanted to explore is something that we have been struggling with as a team, which is pricing. You would have seen, you've seen some price increases from us over the last 2 years, actually the last 12 months, I would say. And I want to talk to you about how we set our prices. And this is probably how Loblaw sets their prices too. It's probably how all the big guys set their prices. So prices. If you're an online grocery store, we get a price list from our suppliers. So our suppliers will give us a price list, and that price list will say, this is the price to you as a grocery store, and you have to pay this amount to us. Sometimes that price includes freight. So if it's a Canadian supplier, they might say orders over $500 have shipping included, or orders over $1,000 have shipping included. If you're buying from a distributor, that's also how they do it. I talk with my hands a lot, but definitely that is how the pricing is for U.S. companies. We pay shipping. So for our U.S. Suppliers, we cover, let's say if we order a pallet, when it ships to us, we arrange shipping because we have access to really, really good prices, and we ship that to ourselves. So we organize pickup, they print labels, slap it on, and then here we have a customs broker who clears that shipment for us if it's coming from the US for a customs fee. Just make sure everything is okay, and they do the documentation. So our price basically would be what a supplier charges us plus transportation costs to us plus customs fees, plus then we create a margin. So a typical retailer margin can range anywhere between 30 to 60%. And that depends really on what it is. 60% is really in the last, in the economy, I don't think we've had 60%, to be honest. And that margin is supposed to cover everything else that the retailer does. So a retailer would pay for. So here's what we pay for. We pay for storage of the products. Extra if we actually bought a freezer and invested for storing Mr. Tortilla and any wraps we buy. And then we pay for any pick. Like if we packed ourselves, we would obviously have our own space, but we're at a fulfillment center. So we pay for storage, any inbound shipping, receiving, and then we pay for a big cost, which is shipping outbound to customers. So last year, I'll give you the number, we spent as a company over $100,000 on shipping, net of what we got back. Oh my gosh, please give me some thumbs up if you're following. If this is too nerdy, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to explain it as specifically as I can. So basically a grocery store like Loblaws needs to cover the rent of their stores, very similar to us, the rent of their stores, the cost of their people, the cost of their cashiers, things like that. We need to cover the cost of people packing the orders, our marketing, any ads that we place, which like Loblaws is necessary. Ads is a necessary part of running an online store, running a grocery store. So that's sort of how the structure works. And that's what the margin covers. The margin would cover your salaries, your space. But the biggest cost by far is the amount we pay our suppliers, because that would be pretty much like 60% of our revenue, I would say. So, which makes sense, right? Like we would pay, for example, Keto Chow or Joy or Burlap and Barrel, we would pay them for the product in addition to the shipping to us. So we're not cheap, right? Like this is, then we kind of look at our prices and we think about, like Brian and I get our own products at the wholesale price, right? So we were thinking about, okay, we are not cheap. And our team's been talking about this, which is, how do we explain that? And I think the way that we explain that is we have gone back consistently to our suppliers. We've said, hey, can you decrease our price? What if we buy a higher volume? What if we, all the things that we've tried? Can you source a cheaper ingredient? Like all these questions that we've asked them. And our suppliers, one of the things that at the year end when our team met, we really focus on good, better, best. Okay. Brian and Bree really bought into this concept. I'm still understanding it, not sold yet. So you tell me that the concept is good, better, best. So basically in a grocery store, like your selection can be good, it can be better, or it can be the best. And in a recession, so the best would be highest quality, that highest integrity, trust, good ingredients, all of that tastes amazing. That's the best. Good is good enough. And then better is better than good. So in a recession, people who buy sort of the best, they're always going to want, at least they're going to understand that they want the best. People who buy better may go back to good. Some people who buy best may go to better. So it's kind of, we talked a lot about as a team, our focus really is picking the best products. And I'll tell you why. Because when I went back to our suppliers, so I'll give you an example. Coca Polo is a chocolate that we carry. The advice they got, I'm not even kidding you, was reduce the size of their chocolate. This is standard advice that the large grocery stores give, but keep the same price. So take out a wrap or like shorten the chocolate, keep the same price. They did not listen to that. So, and we've kind of gone back to Keto Chow, for example, and said, could you reduce, like, could you swap out an ingredient? Keto bread, could you swap out an ingredient? And they've really pushed back because they've said they don't want to swap out ingredients, because then that'll change the taste, it'll change the quality, and it'll change everything. So, that is what we're dealing with. And I really wanted to address that of, that it is hard. It's hard to drop your prices. The only way to do it is to really make your product smaller, swap out a cheaper ingredient, or you can, it's hard to cut on shipping right now because, as you know, shipping is what shipping is. So I think that's where we are. And we're as a team really trying to accept this about our company, which is we are not going to be for everybody. We are not as accessible of a grocery store as we would want. We would want to be accessible to more people, right? We carry healthier foods. And this is something that's really sad to me because I want to be accessible to more people. We talk about this all the time. Brian and I were like, how can we reduce prices? How can we cut costs? This is a discussion on a weekly basis. And I will be very honest with you. Over the last year, we have cut so many costs every which way and shape and possible. But here's where we are, which is, we don't believe that it's going to be, it's that we're ever going to be able to cut our costs to what our people would like. So for example, our large bag of Keto Chow used to be $99 and $110. And now it's, $134.99. That's a significant increase for people. Of course, I completely understand that. And I know that the Keto Chow team completely understands that. So we will keep doing what we can do to give discounts, have larger orders, and all of those things. But I did want to at least address this whole good, better, best, because we have gone back to our suppliers. We have asked to make changes. And for good reason, they have pushed back and said that they cannot do that right now. So Lori Olson says, I prefer to pay a little more for better quality. I mean, my health is worth it. Thank you, Lori. And I think that, you know, Mark said it really well. I interviewed Mark Hack My Keto on the show, and he said something really interesting. He said that he went out with his partner, and they went out for dinner, and they spent, like, I think it was $200 for dinner in Toronto. Yes, crazy. And so again, he kind of compared. So example, he was like, if I buy Kaizen pasta and I can eat it throughout the week, that's a better, more economical option where I get to stay, kind of keep on top of my health. Sorry, I needed to drink a little water. But also make sure that I can kind of save on eating out. So for me, one of the things that I really want to emphasize is we are part of a grocery budget. We're not over and above a grocery budget. Technically, if you're shopping with us, we should be part of your grocery budget rather than over and above. So yeah, I'm going to stop there. Although, you know what, I will go, since I'm there, I'll come back to our shipping policy and some of the things that we're doing to not cut, but like save and give options. I'll also tell you a little bit about the large grocery stores. So why are the large grocery stores making more, right? Like, why are they more profitable than a SwitchGrocery? Because we know that they are more profitable than a SwitchGrocery. They're more profitable. It's hard to say. So if you look at like Loblaw's financial statements, they don't break out how much their grocery is, how much their pharmacy is, because I think they own Shoppers Drug Mart. They don't break out specific categories in their financial statements. I think what they're saying to Parliament is food is not where we're making all our money. It's pharmacy and it's other areas of our business. Rightly so. However, in food, we don't charge our suppliers. So for example, and I don't want to say that. So sometimes our suppliers might cost share with us. So they may say, hey, we're going to do a campaign. We're going to do a discount. We're going to feature you as product of the week. Can you share that with us? Or if we're going to do a campaign together and we're spending all the money. So let's say we're spending $500 either on an ad or a giveaway or product or whatever. Can we go in and share that cost? What the bigger grocery stores do is they ask for it's so complicated, but they ask for listing fees, which is if you want to list your products in Loblaws or Save On Foods, you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars of listing fees. I'm not sure actually about Save On Foods, but definitely sure about Loblaws. So you pay tens of thousands of dollars, which is what Loblaws makes. Plus you pay, I think they claw back. So my understanding from all of our suppliers who have worked with the big guys is whatever you sell them, they're supposed to obviously pay your bill, right? Because they bought from you, but they cut back like deductions or damaged goods or credits or returns and things like that. I wish we had time to keep track of all that, but normally sometimes we'll go, obviously, like if we don't get a skid or it goes missing, our suppliers help us find it and all of those things. But normally we definitely don't have listing fees. We don't have this other big pocket of being able to make money that the large grocery stores have. So the large grocery stores right now just have a lot of power and a lot of funds. They may be coming from other areas of their business, but they definitely have other ways of getting more money out of the suppliers because they have purchasing power. Like, for example, a Costco can buy tons from our suppliers, right? So if one of our suppliers goes and lists at Costco, the order's massive. They're going to get so much brand recognition because they're going to basically be in Costco. They're willing to accept a much lower margin and they're willing to like help Costco with that and pay them. So that's kind of how the grocery industry works. And anyway, so I think in summary, we are just as a team. I think this is the whole thing where we're coming to this in Q1 and realizing we're not for everybody. We're going to do everything we can to serve our customers. We're going to do everything we can to add value as much as possible to our customer friends, but we are at a higher price point. That is where we are. Okay, so our next more exciting section, other than pricing, is our product updates. So I'm going to actually share my screen here because I can give you all the exciting news, really, really exciting stuff. And I will switch. So this is how I prep for my show, you guys. I make a whole list of everything that I'm going to talk to you about, and I prep it. So here we go. We're going to talk about 1 second. Give me a sec. We're going to go and talk about some of the product updates, and I'm really excited about this. So first things first, let's talk about Mr. Tortilla. So we're going to talk a little bit about a few launches. We're going to talk about a few new products that are coming. Instagram friends, I hope you can see the screen really well. Let me know. And let's go to Mr. Tortilla. So we launched, this is all our exciting stuff that we've been working on. Our team's been working on. Guys, we've been working so hard on some of these things. So I'm really pumped to show it to you. Sorry that our Instagram screen is shaking a bit, but here you go. Okay, let me just, there you go. Okay, hopefully that's better. All right, so we have launched 2 new products. We've launched everything but the bagel, and we've launched garlic and herb. Is it herb or is it herb? We've launched 2 net carb garlic and herb Mr. Tortilla. These are the low carb tortillas. They're not gluten-free, reminder, but they are very low carb and they are very delicious and very versatile. We've also launched the 1 net carb. It's called everything, but it's the everything but the bagel flavor. I think you're going to love these. These were just launched last week. We have 2 new products coming from Kaizen. Okay, this is super exciting. And they're basically called even low carb. So Kaizen is a pasta that is sold out all the time on our site. We do get enough, but I got to show you these reviews. These are so cute. So thank you for leaving these beautiful reviews. That's Melissa, who, look at that beautiful photo. That's Kathy. Look at that beautiful photo. So finally, a pasta substitute that is pasta. The texture is perfect and has great flavor. My husband and I are loving this company. So talking to you about Kaizen, Arash is amazing. He has been crazy working hard to bring us more things. And the difference really is that if you go to the ingredients on the earlier pasta, they have fava bean protein, tapioca starch, and xanthan gum. And his new ones, which may add some carbs. So his new ones are they're called even fewer carbs. The ingredients are just lupin flour and xanthan gum. So to summarize, just if you don't know what this brand, it is a high protein, low carb pasta. Really great way to get in some extra protein. And I'm really excited. I think those 2 will launch this Friday. I think they're on the truck right now. So they will launch either this Thursday or Friday if the truck gets here earlier. Just talked about transportation. If you have not tried keto cookie, just want to make sure actually that everyone can see my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. But that would be great. 1 sec. I am just going back to, there you go. Okay, so keto cookie. This is low carb cookies that we have launched this year. And this is like, look at these. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. So we're actually launching new flavors. I know that these look sold out, so I got to check if they are back in stock. These are really, really delicious, kind of like luxurious cookies. We launched them during the holidays. They really also did well during Valentine's Day. And we are launching macadamia nut white chocolate and brownie. So we did a little post in Facebook, in our Facebook group, and our customers actually chose the flavor. So that is what we are launching fairly soon. And then our next update, which I'm super excited about, is this is a hugely visited page. Check this out, you guys. Burlap and Barrel went on Shark Tank. So now we've updated this to as seen on Shark Tank. If you've not tried it, any burlap spices, you're missing out on life. Um, these are incredible spices. The company went on Shark Tank. I don't have access to the episode yet. I know they got a deal. I don't think they took it. But they had a really, really good episode. Gwyneth Paltrow was on one of the judges, and I'm just super proud to see all of our suppliers doing amazing things. If you've not tried Burlap, the whole line is 15% off this week for Shark Tank. So please, please, this is the week to try it. I'm really, really pumped. I will probably keep the sale on for 2 weeks because it's just really exciting. And the reason I love this brand is because they pay farmers really fair. They go directly to the farm and source. Oh my gosh, I can hear Mason. Source spices and bring them, to basically the rest of the world. And these are so. For example, this purple striped garlic. You can just, if you get this, just the smell, you will be like, okay, I understand now. So that's Burlap. And then I did want to share some, I don't know if it's sad news, but we used to have a brand called Leeski. There's a lot of change going on in the market. Their brands shutting down, their brands kind of selling off. So I did want to give you an update on Lee's Ghee. One of our top sellers used to be the brown butter ghee. It is not here anymore. And unfortunately, this company has closed. It's just really sad because I really, really love them. I think that they have their teas, Lee's Provision, Instagram. And this is what I mean by how real and hard this food industry is. So I'll just read you this post because it is extremely sad. There you go. So, dear friends, due to ongoing rising costs, stock shortages, and difficulty sourcing raw materials, it has become increasingly challenged to sustain and grow a small food business. As a result, I've decided to stop producing ghee and close my wholesale business to focus on other endeavors. Our teas will continue to be available on our website. Thank you for the support over the years. I hope you'll understand how difficult this decision was and know it was not taken lightly. All my love and gratitude to you, Lee. She's amazing. And we sold so much brown butter, so much maple. This company was like, it's honestly fantastic, and we will miss them. So I think that somebody bought out all of our plain Janes, and this is part of our life, like our business life. We work with amazing people, and sometimes they need to make decisions that are sad. But maybe it's okay, but it does show me how hard the food industry can be. I also wanted to give you another update on Bacon a Minute. Bacon a Minute is owned by Myra. She works out of Ajax Pickering in Toronto, and her husband had she's now spoken publicly about this. Before she did not, so I feel safe to share this, but her husband has a brain tumor, so I believe it's a tumor, and they have gone low carb and fasting to support him. And they created this Bacon a Minute mug bread out of that necessity. There used to be 2 larger bags. They are now gone, so they will no longer be sold. I'm just going to do an X, and we will keep selling their mug breads. We love their mug breads so much, and we love Myra so much. Like, you can kind of see, like, this has all 5-star reviews. But it was sad for us because I love the big, larger bags of mug bread. I will send an email out to our customers about that. And then just another thing, both Buster Rhinos and Fatso transitioned to new owners this year. So Fatso is a peanut butter company, and Buster Rhinos is a It's a, let's just look, um, sauce company. So here's Fatso, here's Buster Rhinos. Both owners made difficult decisions to transition to other owners, and the brands will continue. We will keep carrying them. We're excited to keep carrying them. We're really happy that the brands will continue. So those are the updates on our brands. There's always more. There's always more, but you know what? It's something that we are always dealing with. Um, not dealing with, sorry. We're always trying to get new products and work with our suppliers to get new products. I did want to tell you that one of the really, really, really great things this for us that worked was our protein collection. This has been so every kind of every year we do like our shop Easter, shop New Year collections. We make new bundles, our shop spring, summer, Canada Day, things like that. We definitely do. But we somehow sometimes have these ideas as a team of like all the journey that we're on, and then how do we kind of bring that journey to Switch. And one of them has really been about protein. One of our customers, Shalini, Keto Babe Life on Instagram, did a challenge where she did a keto chow challenge, and we then realized that, you know, is that enough protein if you just have keto chow, and what does that mean, and how do we support our customers in getting more protein? So we made this collection called the Protein Collection, and you know, without any sales, when we first announced this collection, it really, really did well. We had Molly on to talk about, I'm going to actually um, turn the screen share off so I can talk to you. Hold on one sec. Let me just turn the screen share off. How do I do that? There I go. Screen share on. So I'm back. Hi. Yeah, I really wanted to talk to you about two wins. About our, I'll turn this around. Hi, I'm back. Shalini made a comment. She said that she's the one who did that challenge. I love my burlap and barrel. I want to add more to my collection. Yes, Shalini, I can't wait for you to add more. So in the emails right now, we're actually sending like Brian's favorite spices and Bree's favorite spices and my favorite spices. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the chat. Tell me if there's something that you want me to go more into. You're liking this update, you're hating this update. I'm open, like, to anything you have to say. The protein collection, you guys, was a massive hit. Like, it was such a big hit. The show with Molly from Keto Brains, if you've not watched that, the emphasis on protein, that was last 2 weeks ago. It was an amazing show. She really, really helped answer some questions in terms of prioritizing protein, even like over low carb or whatever the case is. However, basically, we eat. Didn't really care. She was just like, you know, she's kind of really focused more on a protein centric lifestyle and prioritizing protein first. So that was a really, really great show. I've personally increased my protein since then, and I'm really just not hungry. So it's been really, 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 really amazing. I've noticed actual changes in my health after that show that we did with Molly. And Lori Olson says Molly was amazing. Yeah, she really was. She's the one who has inspired me to break up snippets from her interview and push that out, which I know I have not done yet. Next week's show, because we're continuing with this protein theme, next week's show is really exciting. We have Nicole, so from True Local. Nicole's first job out of university was she worked at a butcher. So she worked at the Healthy Butcher. I think it was in Toronto for 10 years. She started at their cashier. She then moved up. She saw chefs come in. She saw like all of these things. Her husband is, I believe, either a chef or a butcher. I can't remember. We'll find out next week when I ask her again. So next week's show is so exciting, you guys. She now works for True Local, which is a meat delivery company, and they put us in touch with her. And when I was talking to her, we're going to talk about her life for like the first 10 minutes of the show. We're then going to talk about claims in the meat industry. So grass-fed, organic, free from antibiotics. What does all this stuff mean? And for eggs, like what kind of eggs should you buy? Just practical stuff. And then we're going to be actually um, talking to her for 15 minutes about practical ways to cook meat. So, cooking meat is scary, what to buy for a budget, what to buy for convenience, what to buy for what cut of meat to buy, all these things where she's going to tell us from seafood, from chicken, from beef, what she would recommend. And then she's also going to give us three of her favorite dishes. So she is amazing. And I'm really excited. It's going to be a big show for us. It's actually going to be broadcast on True Locals channels as well. And I'm really pumped about this because it's, talking to someone who's been in, like a butcher, like around butchers, around meat, around farmers, then talking about the meat industry and how to buy the right meat, and then talking about how to cook the right meat. Like, this is a really great way for us to, just talk about getting more protein. Jess also says she loved that interview. Yes, Jess. So glad to hear it with Molly. Please go watch that. Like, even if you are driving somewhere, put that interview on. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. It was a great one. And then Lori says, I really hope you could do something with Beretta beef jerky. They're out of Toronto too, I think. Okay, Lori, I have a favor to ask you. If you can email Beretta and ask them if we can, they'd be interested, if they could help list their products on Switch, because Brian told me he did reach out to Beretta, and so many people reach out to us too, so the email might have gotten missed. But the more we can get, we really do want to carry a jerky, so it would be great to work with Beretta if the pricing works. I'm sorry, I really need to drink water. Prioritizing my health. Man, I was like, this is going to be such a short term. We're at 41 minutes, but we're almost done. So next week's show is going to be great. And that's going to be part of this whole thing of prioritizing protein. We're also going to launch new spring and summer bundles. Wait for it. So again, we keep thinking about how do we, make our site friendlier and to help our customer friends save. Bundles are a big deal for us. One of our top bundles we're selling right now is the Kaizen 5-pack. So if you buy a 5-pack, you save. Buying in bulk helps us because your order value is higher, which means less shipping, less, slower reordering. So this is all great things, right? Less packaging, all of those things. I love listening to Mason's voice downstairs. Okay, so that's and then Keto Chow and Keto Brick. Another question we get a lot is, are new launches coming? I cannot say. So here's how I would answer that. New launches, even for Kaizen, like Arash swears us to secrecy. The biggest thing is, as a retailer, because we're not the brand, we really can never announce a launch before they do. We have to respect it's their brand. They're our suppliers. They get the first right. It's their business to announce the launch. Then we can announce the launch and say, it's either coming to Switch, it's on a truck to Canada, usually the case. So I can't say if Keto Chow and Keto Brick will be launching new flavors this year, but what I'll say is, if you go back to last year, they did launch new flavors. So it's highly likely that things will keep coming or come. I don't know. That's all I'll say. But as a customer, you could infer that things would come, right? Not as a grocery store. Okay, I'm going to end with 3 things: shipping policy, my Switch, and the evolution of the weekly show. I just want to remind you of our shipping policy because we've reviewed it so many times. I'm talking. I still have this cough from like 4 weeks ago. Okay, I wish I had. Oh, maybe I have. Okay, cool. I don't have my throat lozenges, and on top of that, I'm not wearing pants. So I just acknowledge to you that I'm not wearing pants, and pants is a thing I don't wear in the house. So here we go. Sometimes I don't wear pants. So like right now. So anyway, so I can't even get up and go. So that's fine. So just reminding you, our shipping policy, this is like a tug and pull for us of like, do we go to 9.99 for for our shipping? And I don't want to go to 9.99 for our shipping because I know that that is hard for our customer friends. So here's how we did it, which is you get free shipping over $125. It used to be 149, we dropped it to 99, and then we figured 125 is the sweet spot where, we can cover your shipping because you've ordered enough. We still want to be accessible for lower orders. So we did you pay $7.99 but only over $40. So we need a minimum of a $40 order to basically make sure we can cover the rest of shipping. So, for example, and just to give you an example, the average cost to ship a box across Canada is $18 right now. It used to be $13, it's now 18. So when you pay $7.99, we cover the rest, whatever that is. And we usually sometimes buy insurance, that's extra. So basically we need a $40 order to break even, if even. So that's really important to us that, and then under 40, I think we have 19.99 is our shipping because we're trying to incentivize $40 or higher. And then we have a new thing, which is for any order over $450, which I know is not many people, but it's also not few people. Like we have somebody who only places orders with us 4 times a year and they place $450 orders. So they basically, for them, this code is amazing. It's a 10% off code. If your box, like your basket, is $450, the code will automatically apply and you'll get 10% off. Which we are basically saving with you that we're saving on packaging and shipping, so you should also get to save with us. And in savings, I sent out an email 3 weeks ago about my Switch. I'm super excited about this. We want to start a subscription box right now. When people order, basically either we remind them, we send them an email, or they see a social media post, or they run out of something in their patio, in their pantry, not patio, maybe patio, if that's where you store your stuff. So Brian has been working really hard on this, which is you just need to find an app and then it needs to integrate on the back end on your site. We would first pilot this with Keto Chow and Keto Brick, where you can build your own bundle and you can also add other items from Switch. So we would become almost part of your grocery order, right? Like we would become part of your grocery order. We could come to you once every other month, once a month. Like we can figure that out. We're still working on that. But basically, the benefit to you would be savings. And the benefit to us as a company is knowing that that order is coming every 2 months. So it's a huge benefit to both sides. And we know that the savings piece of it is very important. And many of our customers just order with us every 2 months anyway. So this is a great option that we're excited about. And it'll be called My Switch, I think. My Switch. Jess says subscription boxes are so awesome. Yes, Jess, thank you. And this has been my dream, which is I want our customer friends to be able to pick. I want our customers to be able to pick their subscription. So like, for example, True Local, when you place an order with them, you can have the same box as 6 weeks ago or 2 months ago, or you can, say, oh, I want bacon this time and I want to take the ground beef out. So you get that customization. I really, really want that. It's very hard to do. You need to build a full custom website, which obviously we don't want to do. We want to figure out how we can do that with our current website, which we're hosted on Shopify. And Shopify is great, but it has some limitations in terms of, because it's off, it's for many websites. So we just need to figure that out. And my last update, which is really somewhere I need your help, is our weekly show. So the weekly show has evolved. It started with cooking. It started with just a taste test. Now it's become a cooking show. Now it's become interviews. The fact that we're bringing on Nicole from True Local next week. So the feedback we've been getting is variety. Everybody wants variety. So please Let me know if you have a preference. Do you like interviews? Do you like cooking? Do you like tasting? What do you like more? Please share that with me, because that will really help drive the show. And I really would want your feedback on timing of the show. Today we messed up because it just couldn't work out. I'm sorry that I couldn't get on at 8:15. Do you prefer 8:15 Eastern, which would be 5:15 Eastern Pacific, or our current time is 9:15 Eastern, which, when I book interviews, people are telling me that's pretty late. I know Keto Chow does their live stream that time too. So it's 9:15 Eastern, which sometimes goes past 10, and I know people work, or 6:15 Pacific. So please share with me. Let me know what time you prefer. Do you prefer the 8:15 Eastern time slot, or do you prefer the 9:15 Eastern time slot? Help me. I would love to know. You can DM me, you can send me an email, you can send me a direct message on Facebook. And Shalini says, no preference. Love the variety. It keeps things interesting and fun. Thank you, Shalini. I want to have you on the show too. And I'm so excited. You are on my list to get on the show this year. So can't wait to talk to you about that. Karen Bradley says 8:15. And Karen has watched like every show. So Karen, I think your vote really helps. Jess says, love the interviews, 8:15 Eastern. This is interesting. So we're actually getting almost like a request to move it to 8:15. I really like that. I was a late bird growing up, but now I'm not so much. Also, I have to say right now, Jessica Mulroney is in the audience in our Instagram. And Jessica, I just love you. I love you. I miss you. I have not seen you. I keep thinking about you and watching your stories. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to like reach out to you because you're just amazing. And for those of you who don't know, Jessica Mulroney has been, okay, I'm gonna like probably start crying, but she's been so instrumental for our journey with Switch. 2 years ago we were part of a campaign. She runs a group to support women owned businesses, and during the pandemic she brought four of her friends together, and that probably changed the trajectory of our company. I don't think she really knows, but we went from probably like a 20, like I'm talking, low revenue company because of the contacts we made, and we also got some help with Facebook ads, and she just opened her address book. We literally just were able to take advantage of that and really increase our revenue. So that was number one. And the second thing is, as part of the Female Empowerment Project, she then actually selected me and another entrepreneur to come and be part of a campaign with Soya and Keo. Wear that jacket every day. So that's the green jacket I wear, you guys. And yeah, I just think that she is someone that has just done so much good, so much good. And that is still paying off. So especially for Switch and especially where we are. So Jessica, I love you. I hope you're doing okay. I will message you after. And happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I don't have a drink right now, so I just have water with electrolytes. I will cheers to you. Happy birthday. Love seeing you. You look stunning in that campaign. Thank you so much. Lori Olson is saying 8:15 p.m. because that's 5:15 on Vancouver Island. Yes. Suzanne saying 8:15. All right, you guys, we don't need another vote. We have moved basically 5:15 p.m. Pacific. 8:15 is the time slot for our new show. We will start next week, and we have to be on time because I don't want to tell you what happened today, but basically there was an emergency. I'll just call it a hygiene emergency. And when you have a little one, hygiene emergencies. So I had to go in and jump in and help. But definitely 8:15 is great for me. You might hear a little bit of noise with Mason. Next week, we're going to start at 8:15 because we're going to do the True Local show. So I'm excited about that. Jessica says, you're my girl. Keep it up. I will, Jessica. I will. Big kisses. And Shalini says, that's amazing, Neha. Yes, it was so amazing. Now I'm going to have to share that campaign again because it was wonderful. Gave me a boost for like 1 year, honestly, because that was just that amazing. Yes. Okay. So timing of the show is answered. And I think that's it, you guys. I mean, we're ending on a high. Jessica Maroney is here and supporting Switch. And so we're just ending on a high note right now. All my friends, Suzanne, Lori, Karen, Jess, Shalini, Sonia, like you guys are here, and this has just been pretty much the best live. I know Sheena Ray was here earlier too. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the show. I don't think we'll have time to do a business update again for another quarter because we have so many shows coming up. So I'm very excited. I will see you at 8:15 next week. 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 Pacific, starting right on time with True Local Nicole for our Meet live show. And then I'll be seeing you more on stories this week because I am back. I'm hopefully a little bit less jet lagged. But thank you so much. And Lori says, your little one should always come first. Thank you so much, Lori. He should. You're right. And Karen says, thank you for all you do. Thanks, Karen. And Shalene says, sending lots more positive vibes your way. Love you guys. I will see you later. Lots of love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.